Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have to admit that I'm really nervous after an amazing speech given by Ned. And I think even more nervous than my own wedding speech just a few months ago. So you got to forgive me, but I'm just going to try and explain what's going to happen for the next 2 days. And some of the things I'm really excited to experience together with you, some of our speakers, and also to challenge you today on asking the right questions. Maybe even challenging the speakers themselves as they share with you their expertise and their experience in all the things that they've done in all things social media. So let me start by sharing who I am. So I run the boutique digital agency, Social Grooves, and we do trend-setting campaigns for our clients so that we're bolder, fresher, and of course always keeping up with what social media has to offer. And as you've heard by our colleague and our beautiful MC, we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary, and two of us have been a big pleasure to experience this alongside a lot of our social media chambers members and also our sponsors. And I think some of you, in fact, have been with us for this for quite a number of years. So before anything, please give yourself a hand of applause for attending our 10-year anniversary. So, it's ever-changing, right, social media. In fact, I would dare say, we all know that in business, the consumer or client is always right. In social media, I feel exactly the same way. Users are always right. A social network like Facebook can only do so much to keep people from going out. In fact, we see a trend of Facebook falling in terms of active users, with our younger generation opting to go for other platforms like TikTok, like Instagram, and a lot of new channels that may emerge, and we'll never know, what comes next or what's the next big thing. But what's important for us is to always be in the trend and follow what our users want to see. And that's what the main message of this year's Social Media Week. It's all about understanding where our users are going, understanding what they like to do and what they don't like to do, and to make sure that we are always relevant to them. Because at the end of the day, these guys are our customers, and they are going to be our future customers, our future partners, and if we are not relevant to them, they will not follow us till the end. So I asked a member of my staff, a younger member, and said, there's something I don't really get. Why are people like you opting to go for content generation that are short form and meant to self-destruct after 24 hours? I think this is something that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people from my generation, and of course everybody else in this timeline. Like for example, a lot of us share on Facebook and LinkedIn to tell people who we are, right? We share our accolades, we share our awards, achievements, we share what we do so that clients can trust us. We share so that we can build trust among our peers, our potential business partners, our clients, customers. But today, this is apparently not a trend. People are deciding to go for stories where you share something and it disappears after 24 hours. Sure, you can also add it to a collection of permanent content, but most likely than most, the newer generation are creating content meant to be destroyed. So I asked them a question and they gave me the answer. A long time ago, when we were young and social media was just up and coming, we knew what to share, right? We know what we want to tell the world. It's all up to us. But today, can you tell me how many of your friends have posted photos of their babies online, right? Photos of kids partying, of doing silly things that is not meant for all of you to see, but their friends. Yet it is public, yet people judge them. So the simple answer from them is, they don't want to be judged by what they're doing now. But they want to show people what they're doing to the friends. So that's why they prefer to create content that disappears after 24 hours. So with that, I finally understood. I said, oh, that's why people are going for, they just want to do it now, and they want to tell you what their story is right now. But in future, don't judge them. They're going to be something else in the future. So similarly, that's why they're jumping on platforms that does this. So what do we do then? Do we continue our old ways of the ways that we know as what social media is meant to be? Or do we upgrade ourselves to understand what the people want and try to change ourselves to be relevant to the future generation? And of course, there's also multiple trends that have changed since I last took the stage last year. I'd like to talk about some of them. I think a big major change would be this highly sensitive people that we've become. That, when we see people posting something about discrimination against anything, right? It could be gender, it could be workplace, it could be race. But last time maybe we were a lot more forgiving, but now not so. And we've seen this destroy brands, it's destroyed people. And therefore we have to be a lot more sensitive about what we say, what we do, or not even us, but our people, right? The staff, clients, customers. So that's one thing that I think changed a lot. And of course the emergence of influencers, who are all it's all about me, it's all about what I do and what I can offer you as entertainment. I think we see a lot of platforms coming out that talks about them. But it's not all that, it's not just about them, it's also about the things they do. So now you see activists, you see consumers doing their own thing, and how brands can attach themselves to them to grow along their side. And we've seen a lot of good things coming out of that. How many of you actually watch videos of entrepreneurs, of individual personalities who have now gone up and do their own thing? In fact, we have a number of speakers that we have here today and tomorrow who will share about this even more and how companies can grow together with them. And I think I have to talk about what do you call that? The Twitch, right? Live streaming, gamers. I think it's all the rage. And a long time ago we would say, why would you want to watch people play games? But newsflash, it's the trend now. It's what people are doing, it's what kids are looking at. They're watching people play games, whether it's mobile games or PC games, and you would do well as brands to capture this target market, because that's where all the eyeballs are. Yeah, I've seen companies like Domino's starting up esports teams in order to compete and to share and to get the market awareness for their brand. And these are all investments that if you don't do now, you might miss out on the trend in future. So all these are things that I want you to open your minds about, because I think that a lot of discussion points that we have here will be things that you may not understand. It may be things that will blow your mind. It's like, I think I know enough about digital marketing, social media marketing, and now it's like back to zero again. The good news is that we have a lot of talented speakers who have went through a lot of experience, speakers who have went through tried and tested theories, right? And they have a lot to share to you. So if there's anything that we on the social media chambers would like to get from you, is that to ask the right questions, is to dare to challenge them, and even after their session, please meet them. Unlike a typical corporate conference, these guys are here to stay, they'll mingle around, and they'll be more than happy to entertain private questions from you guys. So, what do we have covered? In the next 2 days, we will cover data analytics and how to make it work for you. You have ways to measure ROI in today's diverse channels, right? Those days you have Google Analytics and a few other platforms, but now you have TikTok, you have Instagram statistics. How do you use that for your advantage? You know how to achieve your goals in the most minimum budget. So that will be spoke at our budget panel. And I think a number of things that will be very exciting for you as well for me is how to generate and sustain influence. Right? Now people are not just about brands, they're also about the bosses, the CEOs. How do you create personalities out of them and gain trust? And of course, we are going to talk about using brand storytelling to build a brand. And this is my highlight. I'm of course very biased to that because I will be the moderator of that session. We will feature Joel Neo, a very prominent Asian entrepreneur. We will feature Stephen, who is Worth It, who is the producer for Worth It of BuzzFeed, that gets 1 million views every single video that he creates. And of course, we have our own Joel Neo.
Jin Lei.
Sorry?
Ginny Boy.
And Ginny Boy, of course. Who could forget Ginny Boy? One of the pioneers of content marketing of YouTuber content marketing in Malaysia. And it's just not them. We also have a lot of returning speakers who have created a lot of good content for the last few years. We have Kiruba, who is here, and we also have Miss Malini, who is back after a few years of being away. And this is a testimony of how much they're contributing to MSMW. And we also have our local champions who will provide local insights on the things that they have experienced, what works for Malaysia, and maybe not what doesn't work as well. And I'm not forgetting our two special guests. We have YB Stephen, who is the Deputy Sports and Youth Minister. He'll be sharing about what social media has brought to him. And last but not least, a closing keynote by Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim. Some say the next Prime Minister. So I'll leave it up to you to decide. So that is the lowdown of what's going to happen in the next 2 days. I won't waste your time much further. I can't wait to hear from the speakers as well. So ladies and gents, I bid you an exciting time, an exciting journey of exploration, and the boldness to try new things after attending our summit and workshop. On behalf of the Social Media Chambers, please enjoy yourselves and have a great 3 days at the Malaysia Social Media Week 2019. Thank you.
Thank you. That was brilliant. And congratulations, Mr. Christopher.